Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. Hit the like button, comment below, share, do all of that right now. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button right now. We got Blair the Flair Cobbs in the building. What's going on, man?
What's up? What's up, you guys? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. What's good?
Yes, sir. Now, we got a fight coming up, big fight, May 31st. Adrien Broner. Explain to the people like what they can expect from that type of fight right there.
Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner is still a problem. Adrien Broner is still young, still talented, and still packs an incredible punch. He's incredibly calculative with counter punches, and he's got one more chance to reclaim his true greatness. And what better way to reclaim his true greatness than the biggest test of his fighting career, fighting Blair the Flair. Blair the Flair, young, hungry, and ready for action. It's looking like what you're going to be seeing and what you're going to be looking forward to is an amazing fight between two top competitors and two of the very, very best entertainers in boxing. This is something that's never happened in boxing history. The only thing that comes close to this particular fight is Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor. That was two entertainers, not boxers, but entertainers in the sport of boxing that put on a big show and a big performance inside and outside the ring. That is what you look forward to seeing when you have Blair the Flair, a big entertainer, a big voice, a big head and a big mouth, versus Adrien Broner that has every single thing else, has the exact same thing, the big personality, big persona, and look, this is two of the very best in the weight class, so we're looking at very, very big competition.
What weight class you guys fighting in this? Is it catch weight 147?
147.
Okay. It's Don King. How did you end up signing with Don King? Like, explain to the people how that came about.
Well, Broner's people contact me, talk about they want to make the fight happen. Okay, I'm like, look, if you want to make the fight happen, they said, look, if you want to make the fight happen, let's talk about possibly doing something with Don King. I looked at Don King and I'm like, you know what? Nobody has a better resume than Don King. Let's see what we can get going. We're bringing Don King back into the fold in boxing, and what better way than with Blair the Flair, the most exciting man in boxing.
Absolutely. Is this a one fight deal, a multiple fight deal?
It's a multi-fight deal, but hey, the thing is this: we win this fight, look impressive. This is just on my end. Win this fight, look impressive, captivate a title, because there is no other fights out there for boxing in the welterweight division that deserves a title than this one. And we can captivate a title and we move on to bigger and better, exciting fights. You know, possibly a rematch, possibly. And this is out there. We have a lot of big names and a lot of big things that could be happening in the sport of boxing, but we need to make it happen right now. Boxing needs us. We have a goddamn fight with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. You should be ashamed of yourself, boxing. So now it's time to get up and start making something happen.
Absolutely. What do you think the boxing world would say if Blair the Flair stops Adrien Broner?
That would be an amazing accomplishment. First of all, Adrien Broner has never been stopped before. Adrien Broner has never been stopped before. I believe it's possible. And I'm going out there to show up and show out and impress and stop this man. That would be something. Look, Adrien Broner, it was only 2019 when Adrien Broner fought Manny Pacquiao. He fought some of the very best that boxing has to offer in many weight classes and in many different generations. What we have right now is a clash between Blair the Flair and Adrien Broner, and Broner is packing a big weapon and a big chin. So let's see what happens. You know, regardless, it's going to be an exciting fight. I look forward to dazzling the audience once more.
So why not take a tune-up instead of just going straight into an Adrien Broner fight? Because I know you've been out the ring for a minute.
You know what, man? Sometimes it's good to just make this a fucking tune-up. You know what I'm saying? With a great camp, a great trainer, and all the people that's backing me at 100% and pushing my body to 100%. I don't need a tune-up. What I need is a fight, and the best fight possible is Adrien Broner. It's a big money win. You know what I mean? It's a big $1 million win. You know what I mean? I want to put the fans, the boxing fans, in the driver's seat of this fight, so they actually see everything of how it is to be and what it's like to be a real fighter. This is not a YouTuber. This is not a kid that just got money from his father and blew up easy. You know what I mean? And handpicked their way all the way up to the top. This is boxing at its true essence. The underdog, the true undertaker of the boxing world in the welterweight division, the toughest division that there is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make this happen, and let's make this thing bigger than what Canelo could bring. You know what I mean? Because we're still sitting here wondering if Canelo's going to fucking fight Benavidez. It's not happening. So what's going to happen is that Blair needs to take over and take the show. It's either Adrien Broner or Blair Flair. Either one needs to take the show over of boxing and keep boxing alive. We need entertainers in boxing and not just political figures that just tippy-toe around big fights and big events and playing the business game instead of the fighting game.
Mm-hmm. I seen you said you wanted to have this fight in Vegas. If not Vegas, where else would you be open to having this fight at?
I like Vegas. I like Miami. Or like maybe Saudi Arabia, somewhere that like, you know what I mean, that like it's either somebody's paying for this fight and we're gonna have it there, like in somewhere, or I want the whole world to see this fight. You know what I mean? I want the people to show up in attendance. I want a multi-diverse crowd of youth and of cultures and youth,
Mm-hmm.
you know, of age. I want it to be an event that is so spectacular that draws boxing back to its true essence. The thing is, we haven't had that in a very, very long time, you know. And I want to do it. I want to do bigger. I want to do better.
Mm-hmm.
I want to push it farther than a 24-hour video or a fight 360 video. I want to push it farther and push the envelope farther, you know, because right now is the time. There's never been a better time.
Absolutely. What do you think about Adrien Broner's last performance against I think it was Hutchinson? What do you think about that?
I don't know. I thought the tune-up was a little bit laughable because like who that dude was, like look, he just fought his lawyer or something. Like I didn't know who the fuck that was. You know what I mean? Obviously, Broner ran through him. You know what I mean? Like a freight train. I don't know what else to think about it because I actually did not watch that fight. You know, I did not watch that fight. It wasn't worth seeing like this fight. What me and him would be worth seeing. Adrien Broner is not a fighter that like should be dealing with nonsense fights that are meaningless. He's the kind of fighter that needs to be in there with somebody, just like Blair Flair needs to be in there with somebody. And when you have the elements, the right elements, involved in boxing when it comes to promotional content, and also public figures, and the most valuable thing is star quality personas. You got something special that boxing needs. Boxing needs this.
Absolutely. What do you think of the young guns at 140, like a Devin Haney or a TEOFIMO LOPEZ that want to come up to 47? Like, what do you think of that possible opponents for you maybe in the future?
I think, hey man, bring it on if you guys think y'all can handle us. It's just, you know, like for instance, height is going to be an issue for TEOFIMO. The fact that he can't box is going to be an issue for TEOFIMO. Like, motherfucker, like, okay, we all know what happens when a motherfucker's walking around you and tiptoeing, like, you know, side to side, lateral movement, you can't hit nothing. Like, okay. You know what I mean? Imagine if Steve Martin was stronger. You'll be dead. You'll be down. You know what I mean? We already seen what happened with Cambosis. You know what I mean? It's a lot of good stuff. The weight is going to be an issue when it comes to these other fighters that are coming up in weight class. The only person that will probably be extremely dangerous at 147 would be Tank. Tank would be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? But the other guys, it's really about like styles that make fights. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you might be able to beat like a Mario Barrios or Ugas. You might be able to beat those guys. You're not gonna beat a Blair Flair or a fucking what's the name? You're not gonna be able to beat a Blair Flair. You're not gonna
Boots.
be able to, Boots. Damn sure not gonna be able to beat no damn Boots, Blair Flair, or even the guy from London. Conor Benn. You're gonna have to go through those three kings if you think that you're supreme. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be an issue. That's gonna be an issue. Cause the moment I get some goddamn momentum, it's over. And like those guys already have momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I think this might be one other person out there somewhere. You know what I mean? That's still like in the midst of, I don't know, like we still have Stenionis. Not the motherfuckers is not getting past Stenionis. Like not getting past Stenionis. There's still Cody Crawley out there. There's still really good competition and great athletes out there that are like not on the down but on the up, you know, and just waiting for an opportunity. You know, and then you know, so with all that being said, I mean, yeah, you can kind of slide and sliver and play politics and to like get around getting to the belt before or not, or like not avoiding all those other options. You can, there's ways around that. But I think boxing is starting to see past all of that.
Yeah. The
fans are tired of it. They're tired of the Mayweather bullshit. You know what I mean? The fans are tired of it. You know what I mean? And honestly, the way boxing is, the way entertainment is right now today, this is not the time. I mean, look, we got UFC. A very large majority of the fans moved over to UFC.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Even though those guys ain't getting paid shit to do what they do. But a lot of people went over to UFC. You know what I mean? A lot of people went this way and that way. Man, they got slap boxing where they just wait for a motherfucker to slap you and then you slap them. They have all kinds of crazy things. It's like taking away the value, the fan favorite value of boxing. So the thing is, right? We need to bring boxing back to where it was. And the only way I can see that happening is through Don King. Don King's first fighter was Muhammad Ali. And then next thing you know it, he's using and he put on the very, very best that boxing has to offer. Then we went to a different period of time where we had the Oscar de la Hoya, and that's playing, you know, Mexican fighter, this, that, right? And then we have Floyd Mayweather that brought entertainment value back to boxing and put on amazing performances and amazing build-ups. And then after that, everybody was just expecting to be Mayweather. And none of them ain't Mayweather. And they damn sure ain't doing enough. You know what I mean? They ain't doing enough like Blair Flair is. So we are in a situation where everybody wants to take money out of the pot before they put money in, before they invest. And I'm about investing before I actually sow and take. You know what I mean? If I take money off the table, let me put something down right quick. Boom. So I want to give the fans the very best entertainment value possible. You know how that's going to happen? By not giving you a fucking tune-up. Whereas you know exactly what's gonna happen because Blair Flair just fucking wrecked this dude, and fucking Broner didn't look so good, or Broner looked like this. You know, no. I would rather give you guys something that you don't expect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That you don't see coming. Blair Flair versus Adrien Broner, straight out of a long layoff with Oscar De La Hoya not getting the fight done. Too bad, Golden Boy, you lost. You lost it. You lost one. You know what I mean? Too bad that, like, you know what I mean? You lost it. You know what
What happened with that?
I mean? We blow up.
What happened with that?
Um, Golden Boy is a company that wants to heavily promote Mexican fighters and Mexican fighters only.
Mm.
Unless you have like more money than them and you're able to promote yourself and this and that, which basically means you're just doing their job you're doing their job. You know what I mean, for yourself. You know what I mean? It's a very ridiculous situation that you can be put in with Golden Boy. I tried to make this specific fight happen multiple times, even with people, even with investors,
Mm-hmm.
where all they had to do was just show up. You know what I mean? Well, look, if you got money, if you don't have money, I got money. If you need more publicity, check this shit out. Like, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Hold up, yo. If you need somebody to do some crazy shit, boom, here we go, Blair Flair. You know what I mean? Hey, is it getting boring? Don't worry, Blair Flair's here. It like, yo, like it's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? They put on these dumbass shows and then like put Blair Flair as like the co-main or opening bout, and that was the star of the show. Like that
Mm-hmm.
was the show. That was sold the tickets. You know what I'm saying? It's just getting ridiculous to this point. Whereas though, like, I was carrying a very big load for Golden Boy, and Golden Boy wasn't giving me shit. You know what I mean? For it. So like, you know, it's sad that it had to end that way. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? No, I'm always gonna be open if Golden Boy is willing to do something. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
right now, let's move on to bigger and better things. Look, holla at me if you want that verse that Alexis wrote your ass whooping. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? We can always run that shit back with a fair fight, a fair training camp, not no 2 week notice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Look, how the hell I get under, like, look, I promoted that fight with only 1 week.
Yep, sure did.
Week of actual promotion. I
Sure
promoted
did.
that fight with 1 week. And with 1 week of promoting, I sold that bitch out.
Yes, sir.
With
Yes,
booze
did.
and booze all alike. You know what I'm saying? You should value that.
Yeah.
That's something that promoters should value. But they didn't. So they gave me a fucking cheap fight with an even tougher fight than Alexis Rocha. Only months after. You know?
Mm-hmm. Weren't you promised a fight with Virgil Ortiz?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
promised me the Virgil Ortiz fight, and it didn't happen.
Okay.
So they like, what? You didn't expect me to win the fight?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You didn't expect me to win that fight with Maurice?
Maurice Hooker, yeah. Yeah.
You thought I would be struggling, huh? You thought I was in the struggle.
You came in there and handled your business. That was crazy. That was really crazy. My problem with it was I would have liked to seen the momentum of you continuing to fight after that, as opposed to just being out for a long time. But it is what it is with it.
Me too. I wanted to see what would happen with momentum. See, the Alexis Rocha fight was momentum for me because I've been off for nearly a year before fighting Alexis Rocha. Rocha's fighting consistently, but me, they wouldn't even let me fight. You know what I mean? So I've been out for a long time, and then finally they offered me this fight late notice, and they put me in a position where I had no choice. It's not like I'm going to get any better. I'm underfunded. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm underfunded. You know what? I'm gonna have to take this fight. You know what I mean? And just double back better the next time. And that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what I did. And the thing is, that little bit of momentum was strong enough to take over a Maurice Hooker fight.
Mm-hmm.
And scare, and matter of fact, scare a lot of people. I
Yes.
Golden Boy out of like even thinking about a fight with Virgil Ortiz. I scared the idea of a fight between me and Terence Crawford. I was like Crawford turned me down. Crawford turned down my fight when he was fighting with BLK Prime. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Now we're gonna definitely talk about that fight again soon. You know what I'm saying? But because he's gonna be running out of options. Don't nobody give a shit what he's doing right now. He needs to come back to welterweight to where he belongs and go ahead and pass down those belts the right way. I mean, he's dropping the belts, so the belts is I'm gonna get a belt. What's called already got a belt, and he ain't even fight for it.
Yeah, Boots. Yeah.
Boots is shit. He ain't fighting not one fucking ex-champion yet.
Yeah, now, if you make it past Adrien Broner, is that a fight that you definitely want?
Yeah. Well, one of us is gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
So happening. The winner of this fight, which will be me, he's gonna want the fight because he's looking for a payday. Canelo don't want your ass. You know what I'm saying? The UFC don't want your ass. There's no other option. You will lose against Flair. I've been prepared for him for a long time.
And
Just
you're
like
talking about Terence Crawford.
Adrien Broner.
You
Yes,
talking
Crawford and Broner. I've been prepared for these guys for years, and it's inevitable. You know what I mean? Nobody can stop me. Not even promotions. You can put me on a layoff. Don't worry, I'll be back. No matter what, I'm going to get what's mine.
Absolutely. I know you mentioned Conor Benn. You guys were talking back and forth, but you guys actually ran into each other at the gym. How was that?
You said what?
I know you mentioned Conor Benn. I know you guys like ran into each other a while back in the gym. Like, how was that?
Oh man, me and Conor Benn is cool. You know what I mean? I would love a fight with Conor Benn. That'll be a terrific and big fight, a big show. Conor Benn is doing his thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like since I've been on a big layoff and this and that, and I lost a whole lot of good momentum. I kind of just been playing to just being cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really trying to cause any wreck right now until I get that momentum, and then like these fights are actually a possibility. You know what I mean? So like the idea of a fight between me and Conor Benn, that wasn't really something that was actually going to materialize.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, like Matchroom is going to protect their guy like as much as possible, just like Ortiz and Golden Boy. You know what I'm saying? Only fucked up thing is that I was on the exact same banner as Ortiz. Like, why not fight me? If he's gonna lose, he better lose to somebody like me.
Yeah.
That way you still win, right?
Yeah.
No, okay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we got a lot of things going on, but I know that there's a lot of amazing things that's gonna come out of this fight for not just for me, but for boxing in general. So I look forward to putting on a big show for you guys. What do you got? What do you think about this fight that's coming up? Because I'm actually about to get ready to go to the arena pretty soon.
Come out tonight, Tim Tszyu and them. I mean, I'm a Keith Thurman fan, so I would have rather see Keith Thurman in there, but I like, Fundora and Tim Tszyu is still a good fight. I like the fight. I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm still kind of confused on how you get knocked out and get a title shot, but it is what it is. I don't know. I really don't know how it's gonna go. How you got it going?
I think Fundora needs to move up in weight class. Like he looks like he's malnutrition. Okay. I don't give a fuck how tall you are. You need to take your ass to a weight class that makes sense. Yeah, Fundora needs to gain some weight.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Fundora needs to gain some weight. I think that he should be in a bigger weight class.
What do you think about Errol Spence coming out saying he wants the winner?
I think Errol Spence needs just a fight. He don't need just like the best fight in the world at 154. What the hell? No, I think that's a little backwards. I think he needs to slow down, Albert, how about this? Instead of just fighting the very best and getting a world title at, or fighting for a world title at 154, how about you fight a top 10 contender?
Mm-hmm. Who would
If
you suggest? Like a Erickson Lubin?
yeah, yeah, like Erickson Lubin would be a great fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like fight a top 10 contender, prove yourself a little bit, even if it's just a little bit. You know what I mean? I like to see that if he truly believes that like that weight class is like is is what it is. You know what I mean? If he believes that he's not a 147 pounder anymore, and that weight really messed him up, which I don't think it did. I thought he looked terrific. He looked like he was in good shape. You know what I mean? He did the very best he could do, bro. All throughout the build up of this fight and everything, I was still sitting here wondering like how you're gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Stylistically, like how you gonna beat Crawford?
Mm-hmm.
Not like you have like unbelievably fast reflexes or fast twitch muscles to leap in there and get your shots off and get out and do this and do that. Like no, that was Sean Porter.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't see how the hell how the hell he was even gonna win against a Crawford. That's so it happened the way it was supposed to happen.
How does the rematch go if they have a rematch?
It happened like the same thing happens.
Mm-hmm.
And it would never matter whether it was at 47, 54, 60. It don't even matter. Like he was in great shape. You know how much buildup was for that fight? He's been
Yep.
preparing for that fight for years. He had to. It's either that or he's a fool.
Mm-hmm.
So for somebody that you saw coming for a long time, I know damn well you didn't let weight be like the issue.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's like that, then no, there's no way that would be the issue. You know what I'm saying?
You think the it was a rumor that him and was it his trainer Derrick James was going to be splitting over some finances or whatever. Now bringing in a new trainer, do you think that would kind of add a new dynamic to his game?
No, no. Look, Derrick James, he actually grew and developed with Earl Spence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And Derrick James was the perfect trainer for Earl Spence style. You know what I'm saying? And like Earl Spence has flaws. He has flaws. He has he has yeah, he just has flaws, man. There's things that he just cannot do physically.
Mm-hmm.
There's things that he cannot do physically. Period. That's just what it is. His limitations. And Derrick James was the perfect trainer to work with him with his limitations. And it's amazing how far they went together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they gotten to the point where they captivated three of the world titles and fought for a unified title shot, and did amazing things. They
Mm-hmm.
did amazing things in boxing already. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if it was ever a great time, now would probably be the best time to retire. It's either retire or fight one of us. fight,
Mm-hmm.
fight Blair Flair. Fight Ennis right quick. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just successfully pass that torch now. But outside of that, no, there's just nothing else left.
Okay.
You know?
Ask you a couple. Just one or two more questions. We got Ryan Garcia against Devin Haney. How you got that fight going?
I don't like the fact that Ryan Garcia is doing a whole lot on social media. A lot of stuff that ain't got nothing to do with boxing. And I just hope that he's focused for this fight because I don't think anybody can beat Devin Haney right now.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly. Honestly. Honestly, there's not very many people that could that even has a shot against Devin Haney because of his momentum. The momentum that he gained from like fighting all of these fights consistently and consistently winning and doing this and doing that. Look, his father put him on in a position that is like no other right now. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he's not locked down to a promotion or locked down to like PBC or DAZN. He's like kind of just able to move around and get any and everything he wants. And like his powerful position lands him as the very best of the best right now. With,
Mm-hmm.
with limited skills and ability, he's the best. He's the fucking best. Like period. Like Gervonta Davis, he's a dead man. Anybody that fights um Devin Haney is a dead man. You know,
Wow.
do I even think that like Ryan Garcia has a chance? No, no. I love Ryan Garcia. I love Ryan. I love his family. You know what I mean? I spent some time with them and everything like that. Do I think that they have a chance? No. You know what I mean? I don't think Gervonta has a chance. I don't think anybody has a chance. Yo, if there was ever one motherfucker to be like dodging, it would be him. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I said, you know, out of all the fighters, I would probably wouldn't want to fight him. Period. And there's a good reason behind that. His momentum put him in a position where as though like check this out. Maybe like a year from now, he'll already have like 3 fights.
Mm-hmm.
How many fighters are able to do that right now? None. None. Very few fighters have like power over their own self. You know what I mean? Over their own brand and over their own how many fights they're having, where they fighting and all this stuff. Very few people have that kind of position.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're the only ones. They're the only ones right now. You know what I mean? And that's just through positioning. That's not through the fact that like, oh yeah, this is the best fighter ever. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's flawed. Everybody's flawed, and everybody has flaws.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like Devin Haney is flawed, but tell you the truth, right now, with the amount of like consistent fights and everything that he got going on, it's he's probably the fighter to not fight. You know what I'm saying? Because it won't be a fair fight.
Mm-hmm.
It will not be a fair fight coming from Devin Haney, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like the he's like the best interpretation of a Mayweather that you could possibly ever have. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
That's what they say.
Without being Floyd. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's one of those situations, man. So no, I don't think Ryan has a chance. Um, I don't think any of those guys have a chance.
You think Shakur Stevenson should have probably taken that offer that Devin Haney sent him at 135?
Yeah, because he stayed bitching about like fighting and this and that. He wants to be that guy, but he's not that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Shakur Stevenson is not that guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything about Shakur is corny. Everything about him is corny. You want to talk about me being a clown? Yo, I wish that he was a clown because he's just unattractive. He's a very unattractive fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, who wants to deal with this bullshit with Shakur? No, nobody, man. Like, yes, you can win fights. Are they appealing? No. Are you appealing? No. Bro, even your smile is corny. I want to smack the smile off him and give him a better smile, man. Like,
So what advice could you give him to help him improve?
huh?
What advice can you give him to help him improve?
Um, work harder.
Mm-hmm.
Work harder. And like when I mean work harder, like I'm sorry, bro. If I was talking to him right now, it'd be like this. I'm sorry, bro. This is not a fucking sport. This is entertainment. Yes, you're a great sports figure. Now you better start working harder to become an entertainer. I don't know what you gotta do, but you gotta do something. I don't give a fuck if you need to take some goddamn acting lessons. You know what I'm saying? You better do something because your career means nothing to the whole world of boxing. Nobody gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You could live your whole life never getting the goddamn Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, and pretty much everybody else. You could live your whole life experience never getting those fights, and nobody ever caring either. You know what I'm saying? And it's a very unfortunate thing because he is a tremendous athlete. But I'm sorry, bro. You're a fucking athlete. You're not an entertainer. You better do something about that because we're in the entertainment business.
Absolutely. Final message to Adrien Broner before your May 30th fight. What message do you got to him?
Um, make the fucking weight. The weight is 147. Make the goddamn weight and train. Train hard because Blair Flair is coming and coming very, very soon. And there will be pain, there will be tears, and there will be bloodshed. Blair the Flair is coming better and better than ever before, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this attraction.
Blair Cobbs, we appreciate you for your time, champ.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you very much. Shout out to Pound for Pound Boxing, Pound for Pound Sport Entertainment. Blair the Flair, the most excited man in boxing. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Blair the Flair. And for more exciting content, official BlairTheFlair.com. Woo!
All right, man.
All right.